Well, hi there. I wanted to pop on here as the day before Thanksgiving and just address you and how grateful I am for you, all of you that are here. And we have a very eclectic group. And I know this might seem a little bit different than what you're used to because you're used to so much interaction with threads and such, but I wanted to just come on and encourage you to take this time and really do a reflection. Um, I was talking to some clients this morning, and hi there, this time is not always a pleasant time. And it's really easy to forget that when we are in the midst of our own space. We're into our own family, our own life, our own troubles, our own problems. And one thing I really wanted to encourage all of you who know each other really, really well is to take a moment outside of your own perspective and look up and maybe check on your sisters here. You know, as you saw, what Trisha had asked of me was, well, I asked her, would she like a container around where she is? Again, I know when I was single for a really, really long time as a single mom, this time of year would bring up immense sadness for me for the relationships that I didn't have. And I know that we should be looking at what we do have, right? I mean, we all know the things. This group knows the things to do. We know to pray gratitude. We know to give gratitude. We know to live gratitude every day. We know to take it to the mat. We know to give all the glory. We know. And yet, we still are human and we're going to fall into old patterns, whether we're grieving a relationship that ended, maybe grieving a relationship that is about to end after the holidays because you want to keep it together. And I'm just going to ask all of you to kind of lift up and take a moment to check in with your sisters, and not go into old patterns, just to kind of be into your own life. I mean, can you really lift yourself up and go level 3 with these relationships? Many of you connected at the event that we had, and there's always, it seems to be, a dive that happens in the serotonin and dopamine after events like that, because it's like, wait a minute, that felt really good, but is it really possible? So I just wanted to share that. I mean, it's, to really go back and utilize tools, to really go back and lift yourself up and pay attention, not out of pity, but really more out of deep compassion. And really, is there a way that I could support you? Also, learning how to ask for what you need. In these times when you need a little bit more encouragement, or maybe you are, like I said, regretting relationships that you've let go during this healing process. And this is the most prominent time when people go back and hook up with their ex-partners, just like me. Not this go round, but just so you know, not disco round, this go round. But this is not the time to do that. This is actually a time to really, really go deeper into what it is. And let's face it, the more that we can serve other people, it's really hard for us to go to a place of feeling sorry for ourselves when we are serving others. Now, we also know the toxic blissful pleaser that will go and volunteer for every single community function possible, feeding the homeless, helping the homeless, driving the homeless everywhere, doing all the things. And they're doing it to actually avoid what's going on in their own heart. So I'm not asking you to go toxic, in the archetypes. But what I am asking you to do is to really pay attention to what we know is true. And what we know is true is that if we can get outside of ourselves, serve another, then it will generally tend to ease that depression. And it doesn't come from a place of, oh, I'm so blessed, I've got a bed and food in the refrigerator, and my bills are paid. I mean, yes, that's true, but I'm asking all of you to gosh, change the kaleidoscope and really take a look at how can you serve others, what's better for the world, while you're still, experiencing the duality of hurting, or maybe feeling immense joy because things are going really well for you. And whoever's listening right now who doesn't feel that way is maybe like an F you to that sister. And that's okay too, because I think at this point we can all hold space for each other. And it's totally okay, to communicate everything that you need here, and even off the page. I hope by now that you've formed friendships that you really can lean on each other, whether they're in here or out, and you've sifted through those that don't actually serve you anymore. So, I wanted just to come on. I know that, the holiday is tomorrow for all of us living in the States. Still pop on here. And, Michelle has been great about coming on here and, offering her life in a way that she didn't quite do in the sisterhood. So, why don't you all just follow suit and stay in the mix, because it is so easy to get out of practice. And the quality of our life is the quality of our practice. I posted the meditation that I did that I made for everyone, and it's a hypnosis as well. So don't listen to it in the car, but use it as a tool. Use it as a tool whenever you want to, not just around Thanksgiving, for what it is that you really are grateful for, and be grateful for what's also coming. Was grateful also for what you are becoming, right? If we can act as if we already have these things, you'll find that the field, it will provide. God will provide. I know that in December we're going to have that awesome, couple hour call where we're going to go deeper into manifestation abundance, really talking about those type of things too. And so I have all kind of resources if you want to take this time this weekend, if it's a quiet weekend for you and you really want to, maybe go ahead and start diving into that space. You want to get out of this place of love, and you actually want to go maybe more into that realm of, working on your business or something like that. I just ask that you press pause and make sure that you're not doing that to avoid the feelings. Taking it to the mat is the deal. Taking it to the mat and moving. Hi there. Hi. Taking it to the mat and allowing yourself to really feel the things that you're feeling is the key. I mean, I know I sound like a broken record. It's so true. It's so true. And I'm just going to ask all of you to really stay into the place of not losing what you've already been building. And, if you are missing this person, if you are missing the thing that maybe you've never even had, can you go ahead and show up for your life for this weekend, for tomorrow, as if you already had it? How would you get up and dress? How would you set the table? Would you cook a turkey? And instead of looking across the table and seeing an empty seat, can you imagine the person that's going to be sitting there? Can you imagine grandchildren or children? Can you imagine the neighbors that will come and visit? Depending on where you are in the world and what you feel about the pandemic and where you are, let's face it, there's a lot of isolation still going on, by our thoughts, literally by proximity. Is there a way that you still can include yourself and include others into the space? So I just really wanted to wrap my arms around all of you. I wanted to wrap my heart, around all of you. I wanted you to know how special you are to me and how much I appreciate how you all play full out. And don't fall short of really leaning into how can you evoke something deeper from your sisters. If you feel a sister is falling asleep, if you still feel a sister, isn't having clarity, and maybe you want to offer reflection, don't get lazy. Don't get lazy in the way that you're actually even listening to what's going on around you. Don't get lazy in the way that you're actually viewing the world, because that is our space where it's actually the masculine wanting just to veg. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to deal with anybody. I just want to just deal with me. What about me? What about me, right? The toxic version. Totally fine sometimes. I'm asking you then to bring in your feminine nurturing side and really lean into these women that are your sisters. I mean, we're together for a year here. And, because you are where you are, I do actually hold you to a standard of asking for what you need. So this is not just for the women that might be struggling right now. This is actually also for you who are actually doing amazing. Share with us so we can experience, everything that you're really proud of, whatever that is. So I do hope that you'll do the meditation. Share it with your family if you'd like. I know, I know y'all have all been very careful about our intellectual property. Thank you for that, for honoring us. And I also say, please share this. You can share this with your family if you want to. It's totally G-rated meditation. And I think y'all know John and I are finally going on our honeymoon next week. Next Wednesday night, we're leaving. So, there will be, I know Michelle will be managing a lot of the page. Just y'all support each other. I won't be gone that long. But I'm looking forward to it, kinda. Actually, kind of not. Not because John and I aren't getting along, but because I've become such a homebody. And I just decorated for Christmas, and it just feels nice and cozy. And I loathe packing. I'm curious, what's one thing about yourself that maybe someone doesn't know? For me, I really don't like packing. I loathe it, actually. It's like anxiety around it. So um, I'm curious for y'all around the holidays, what's something that you just really don't love? I don't know. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing from all of you tomorrow, like how you're spending your day, what you're doing. And I just wanted to offer some love and some support. And just for us to, not get so into our own world that we forget that maybe someone actually needs some love, some cheering on, not out of pity, but out of just deep, sincere caring. And I know all of you care about each other, even in the midst of your busy lives. So I'm sending you lots of love. Have a beautiful night. And I can't wait to see all of you, in this week before I leave. Okay. Ciao.